All right, credit where credit's due. They actually did something. I'm kind of in shock and almost don't believe it because, like, that was pretty fast. So, if you go into Steam, we're gonna go into Settings, and we go into Interface. If you participate in the latest Steam Client beta, not only did they fix infinite controllers spawning, but they also fixed it so you can actually set your controller's bindings without it constantly misregistering. Oh my goodness, let's check that out. For the sake of having this be the most functional, we're just gonna go ahead and go into big picture. All right, so we're gonna go down to Settings, Controller. Check it out, they're even in the right order. Look at that. There it is. Look at that. Now, we can actually import and copy to clipboard. It is gonna be different. My old bindings don't work because instead of identifying as a Mayflash adapter, it identifies just as GameCube controller. And the way it actually writes down the bindings is different. So, like, I don't know if they just changed that arbitrarily or if the GameCube controller is now officially supported on Steam. That would be sick as hell. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and like reset the device inputs, put it back to like normal, right? And the problem with that is L and R, where they click in, it doesn't really do anything extra. It's just the end of the travel, right? I like having those be the shoulder buttons, like I said in my other previous videos. So we're gonna set that up, and you'll notice I don't even have my screwdriver with me, because in theory, even though it's a little janky and sometimes doesn't work, we should actually be able to set the bindings this time without opening it, which is why I've got my really fancy Wavebird here. So we'll just start with, you know, the A, B, X, Y. Also, you'll notice it's not lagging. It's not lagging. Look at that. Anyway, left, right, up, down. I f***ing told you it wasn't the D-pad. I told you, that worked perfectly fine. Left, right, up, down. And we don't have stick clicks, so we're just gonna skip that. Left, right, up, down. Oh, I might have gone a little fast there. All right, well, might have to slow down a little bit still. Anyway, now to press the internal shoulder buttons. This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to go ahead and press this and let go. And now that that's been registered to this, I can hold this down. We're just gonna go back with B. This previously didn't work, it would just bug it out. It's specifically on L for some reason. R worked, I don't know why L didn't, but I'm gonna push it all the way down to the point where it is almost triggering the internal button. I'm gonna go back and then just tap it until it freaking registers. Come on. Hello, you were working earlier, you fucker. This was working, I swear. I'm making some pretty big motions now. Oh wait, did that do it? Hold up. Oh, maybe. I'm gonna try it on this side now. Come on. Oh, okay. No, it registered the wrong freaking input. Of course it did. Come on, we are hitting that fucking button. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, now I'm just gonna have Z be minus. And we're gonna have start be start. We don't have a home, we don't have a screenshot. Did that do it? L, okay. R, click them in. Okay. Little fucky. They still have some work to fucking do, but this is a damn good step in the right direction. And everything else looks like it came out all right. Neat. Credit where credit's due. And I'll copy that to clipboard and put that in the description. But let's take this opportunity here to showcase how binding that stuff should look, okay? Let's start up grip. And it didn't register the controller. Sometimes you have to start it and close it multiple times. Sometimes it helps if you rock the D-pad, I noticed, so we'll give that a go. Come on, click and rocking the D-pad. Yeah, there you go. Don't ask me why that makes it work. It just does. All right, so here we are in the settings, and Grip's default bindings that make pretty good sense for like modern controllers is that shooting the left and right weapons are going to be L and R. And we could do that, but then we'd have to slam on the brakes every time we want to shoot like, every time we want to shoot L. That's not gonna work. So what I like to do is I like the left and right weapons to be Y and X, and then boost is gonna be inside of R, so since you're already accelerating and need to be accelerating at full to use boost anyway, oh, click that in, no problem. If we're gonna be using the handbrake, yeah, we can be braking also, so that should be fine. Let's see what that looks like, huh? So we're gonna use pickup left. What is going on there? It's registering A as generic button. That happens sometimes, you need to restart the game for the third time. But we'll just go ahead and get the binding set up, huh? Because we don't need to rebind A. But yeah, there's left, and it's gonna be Y, because Y is on the left side on the GameCube controller. Huh. X is on the right, boom. Yeah, see, we've got handbrake default. When you change those, it default sets it to right bumper. Doesn't make a great deal of sense to me. Could be Z if you don't set it up the way I do, but I like to use this for retarget. And trust me, the all-in-one action is way better. All right, so here's what Steam should be doing. We're gonna hold L all the way in before selecting it, then we're gonna select handbrake, and we're gonna give it a little click. And you see, it immediately knows I'm talking about the internal button, because the trigger barely moved. Is it good on... No, it went for generic USB controller button. All right, that's a weird bug, but we can fix that and show it off yet again, just to reinforce it. All right, we're holding it all the way in. What is this? Right bumper. What do you fucking know? Let's give it a go. I'm not sure if, since my bindings got reset, if I need to set trigger dead zone again, I probably do, but we'll at least see if the bindings are correct. Because otherwise you'd have to actually be holding down boost to get full speed out of it. Probably should be fine, but let's see. If only I had a big straightaway, I really should have picked a different map to test that. Whoa! If you tap the E-brake, it gives you better grip and you can recover. See, now that's what I'm talking about having it on the inside of the trigger. I'm already gonna be braking anyway to try and recover, and I just fucked it. I just remembered that there's actually a straightaway we can test that on. All right, so I'm gonna hold it down all the way, and then when I let up on it a little bit, if it slows down, we need to adjust the dead zones, which I already showed how to do in the very first video I made on this. I'll put a little tab in the top corner right now. You're doing about 601. If I lift up on it, yeah, we lost some speed. We need to adjust the dead zones. I guess that makes sense. It's registering as a different controller, so the dead zones are gonna need to be set. I'm gonna have to grab my keyboard and use Shift Tab because there is no home button on this controller. Whoa, hold up. This is new. Oh my goodness. Hold up. What's all this? Oh, yep. There we go, we're gonna go ahead and add that. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I'm just gonna give it a little something something, but can I see that again? Look at how it has two R2s and L2s. Are those the clickable buttons? Are we getting official support for that and I don't have to bind them to the shoulder buttons? Oh my god, what if when the GC Ultimate comes out, Steam actually supports the clickable Oh, that would be the best controller ever! Is this just grip? Hold up, we're gonna see if that fixed it, and then we're gonna see if this is just a grip thing. All right, now we're gonna let up. Nope, full speed. And then it starts letting go about there. All right, so I need to adjust it a tiny hair, but like, hey, there you go. There's your GameCube controller, possibly officially supported. I think we need to open up another game and see what the bindings look like. That could just be the Power A GameCube controller that was referencing. That layout could just be referencing this thing. I'm not sure why it showed two triggers, because these, it looks dual stage. This is one of the early ones where they literally give you nothing but a springy dead zone for the sake of nostalgia feel. This doesn't do anything, it's not analog. The only thing that does anything is clicking it all the way in. Stupid, but it doesn't have dual stage, so I don't know what that was about. Oh, and by the way, I know you guys already fixed this Power A, but if you're gonna do this for the sake of fucking nostalgia and not have it be functional, just don't. It already doesn't feel good compared to the original. Like, ooh, look at how, I think you can even see it on the camera. Oh, that's nice, and then it clicked. But this, oh, it just like wiggles around in there, and then I feel it scraping against the plastic. Ah, no, no. You ever see old school Nintendo players be sticklers saying that the only GameCube controller are the original ones? That kind of stuff right there is why. This D-pad is genuinely superior though. Anyway, could be this they're talking about. I hope not. I hope we're getting official support for this. Or the GC Ultimate, that'd be awesome. I wish that thing would like go for sale already because I really want to buy one. Fuck it, let's find another game. Yeah, Hat in Time. I feel like the GameCube controller would do all right here. Bro, come on, you loaded faster on the Atari. Well, now this has remembered my bind. Oh, right, because it's just L and R. Yeah, if you want to do like a dive with like a soft pull, that's fine. If you want to do a hard pull dive, it'll snap the camera. See, another example of, yeah, buttons inside triggers can actually be a nice thing to have. We can activate our thing and then pulling it all the way down brings up the hat menu. Look at that. But okay, it's working. Yeah, it's showing up right here, official layout for Hat in Time gamepad. I'm really curious about like what is going on with the triggers here. Because it only shows the left and right triggers. Like I'm not seeing anything else in here. And hard and soft pull, that's like on every controller. That's literally just like, oh, it's halfway and then it's all the way. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not done. It looks like they might be officially supporting this soon. That'd be sick as fuck. Thank you, Valve. Whoever did this and fixed this for Windows, thank you. I do still have to use Windows for a while yet. This is freaking awesome. I'm not really feeling any input delay issues. You know, other than like the 7 milliseconds you're just gonna have by it just being a wireless controller. But hey, 7 milliseconds ain't fucking bad. I suppose to finish it off, we should actually plug it into the different ports and make sure all of them are working. I'll probably have to switch over to my phone audio because I'm too far away from the microphone now. But yeah, we on input 1 and it's working fine. You can actually see the receiver when I'm giving it signals. All right, how is controller 2? We shouldn't get anything on here, and we're not. For some reason, it's got one of the buttons pressed down, but we're just gonna take this and put it in port 2. Well, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Oh, well, it let me hold the exit. Wait, it's getting the, okay. It's getting it. I'm controlling it in player 2. Oh dear. Okay, maybe it's bound to player 3? No, nothing here. 4. Oh, 2 is set to 4. All right, well, like I said, there's some work to be done. Wait, player 3 is actually player 3? It is. So then player 2 is player 4? Yup. Okay. I mean, they almost got it in the right order. As long as all 4 of them are working. Because that's the whole freaking point of this. I did get some comments saying like, oh, well, why don't you just buy a different adapter? And the recommendations are for ones that have only one port. That would be great. One though, the principle of it, I shouldn't have to buy a new adapter when they break one that already was supported. 2, I actually do use the multiple player connections here. You know, sometimes we actually do local co-op and we all be using GameCube controllers because like, especially with grip, it's just like the correct way to play the game now. Which is funny because that game was definitely not built for it. But the GameCube controller absolutely slaughters in that game. Dude, I'm so curious. Please, if Valve supports like the GC Ultimate officially, that would be the forever controller. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the GC Ultimate. I'll probably put a picture of it up on screen here, but what it essentially is it's a regular GameCube controller. It actually has analog triggers that click in, yes. It's got the missing buttons. We've got start, select, home, and I think screenshot. It's got dual gyroscopes, so it actually does have gyro built in. Freaking awesome. And it's compatible with the original face buttons, D-pad, and triggers, which is nice. Oh yeah, and 2 Z buttons. Hall effect sticks, which I believe are clickable. I mean, literally, it would be the best controller, just period. Oh, they did split the D-pad though, which I'm not a fan of, but again, you can just put this one in. Who cares? Besides, I'm willing to eat my words if I find out I actually like the D-pad being split. Because it's not like I use the GameCube controller for platformers very often. I've got better controllers for that. So who knows, I might end up liking it. Just start selling it, please. I want... And obviously I'm not sponsored or anything by this, I just think that the concept is interesting. Cause who knows? It could actually be like an absolute piece of shit. I've seen companies try and reinvent the GameCube controller before. Literally one of the worst controllers I ever had. I think it was Nixie? Nixie made a GameCube controller, a set of GameCube Joy-Cons. I hurt my wrist and thumb so bad trying to use that uncomfortable piece of shit that I couldn't use controllers for like a week. And that was after just like 3 hours of playing with it. Don't change it, just add the missing features. That's what I want. And if Valve were to support that officially, I mean like, good lord, that would invalidate most of my controller collection. Because I'd have it all. I'd have it all in one. The only ones I don't see being invalidated would be, you know, ones that are just more comfortable for like, holding for platformers. Or weird use cases like Majora's Mask decompilation where I'm using a gyroscopic 64 controller with a 6-button layout, yeah. And maybe this if I can get something special working for it, but like, please? Well, that controller's not even out yet, and I don't even think it has a release date. Just hoping for the future at this point. But thank you guys so much for fixing this finally. I'm so happy to be able to use this thing again. Because this is the most comfortable controller I own. And I know I'm getting the comments all the time, why don't you just use a modern controller that has a gyroscope? They don't got these triggers that click in. And even if they did, like the Steam controller, this is more comfortable. I don't need a gyroscope for grip. And see, these things feel different. They're not on a hinge. They actually slide and then click in. That's a unique feel that no other controller I've ever used has. Not to mention the gated sticks are peak, and I actually like this one being a small lower nub so it doesn't hurt my thumb. You know, so I'm not like doing this really uncomfortable, see, you see how the Nixie one hurt me? No, this is short for a fucking reason. Leave it like that, it's fine. Oh, and the A, B, X, and Y button layout is just basically superior in almost all use cases, so yeah, no. I'm gonna be like an obnoxious Melee fan, but without the sweat and the But anyway, it's peak. It just needs a little extra, all right? That's what I'm saying. I can't get anything that feels like this. It's good, it's good. Hi, Bunny. Oh my goodness. Are you coming to interrupt the video? Are you gonna tell everybody thanks for watching, to like and subscribe? No? You wanna go outside? Alright. I guess I gotta let the bun out, so... Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, bye!